Welcome to Fans of Sport. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the comment section below, and please don't skip the ads.
I've been saying that all along. I might not be doing so well on the football field, but they're still the top team in the country. You know, they have so many fans, but they're a brand on their own. And them having a women's team, I think sponsorship will come on board, but they will bring more brands, and I think the game will be elevated. You see what Mamelodi Sundowns has done for women's football, TS Galaxy, Royal AM, but I think Kaizer Chiefs coming on board, even Orlando Pirates coming on board. I think it will be so big for women's football. I think it will take it to a different level.
Very big vision for us to do that, and we're working behind the scenes. I think there's also industry things that we've put on the table that need to evolve and change to allow the women's game to grow, and that's something I'm working quite extensively on. I'm on the SAFA Women's Football Committee as well as on the CAF Women's Football Committee. Some of those insights I'm bringing back home to make sure that we can pave the way, not just for Kaizer Chiefs to be in the space, but for other clubs to do that. And there are a number of factors that are hindering that process, but certainly working very hard to make that happen. And that's why we're working at every level, grassroots and in other spaces, to make sure that we get to having a team.
In practical terms then, what does this mean? What is the roadmap looking like? When can one expect Kaizer Chiefs to have a female team?
I'm not going to give you a deadline today, but certainly say that it's one of the key projects on the radar, and Kaizer knows that also. Well, very exciting program to be here and initiating with the twinning project, who twin clubs with correctional facilities to try and rehabilitate and really share footballing skills with inmates who will be coming out and can be provided with skills that they can come back and use in the community, just to empower them, using the power of football, using the power of sport to change lives and to be responsible citizens in society. Certainly a big part of our CSI for Kaizer Chiefs and the Kaizer Chiefs Foundation. And as we saw, corrections is a responsibility of all of society, and we are playing our role. And what does it say to the inmates is that we all make mistakes, but once you've been rehabilitated and are doing the programs within the facility, Chiefs is one of the brands that's saying we have a program and a project that is there to help you. You know, through our sporting space, we are able to give you something that allows you to get some skills and go back into the community. And for us, it was important to say, can we work with female coaches? Female inmates who have the ability to go and learn coaching and make a difference in their lives, because a lot of the time many of these programs are done with men. And we wanted to start with women and say it's important that they are skilled, and you see Coach Desiree here supporting the initiative to say, can we upskill women more?
One of the questions that we will be facing, is that Kaizer Chiefs does not even have a women's team, but they are going into this. Where does that leave you as Kaizer Chiefs?
Well, it's part of our grassroots program and doing that, building a team is about going from the ground up. We have other initiatives on the ground that we'll be doing, and certainly that is a project we are working and will continue to work with. And today is testament to the fact that we are putting a stake in the ground and saying women's football is important to us, and we're partnering with different people to make sure that that happens.
And what do you see the future of women football like in general?
Well, I think there's a lot of work to be done. I'm still discouraged. I mean, I see that there's too much of a focus only at the national level. So definitely a lot of work to be done. The future of women's football has great potential. I've just come back from the UK, just seeing how the clubs are working there. I just know there is a lot of hope for us, but I think there's a lot of collaboration that needs to be done at a corporate level, because it needs corporate sponsorships at a grassroots level in terms of making sure there's facilities available that suit women. Not men, that suit women. That's also very important. So I think there's a great future for women's football, but it requires a lot of collaboration. And I think it's a daunting task. It is a daunting task. I've seen it, and I think we're going to have to bite the animal one bite at a time. Well, I think there are many challenges. It's obviously the infrastructural challenges, investment challenges. A lot of people are willing to invest at the high level, but not willing to invest in the building and building the foundation of women's football. There are sponsors, I must say, who've done a great job in making sure they invest. The challenges around what you call the broadness and the needs across the board. I mean, I had some young women come into the village talking about just basic needs. Also, not a clear understanding of what the women need versus what men need, you know, and I think that's the challenge that women's football has just been lumped in with how the men's game has been put together. So it's really building the women's game for the African woman as well. That's important. Well, it certainly adds and gives me a lot of learnings, and also profiles the importance of women's football, you know, and I'm excited. I mean, we just had a women's football committee meeting with the president of CAF last week, and we discussed some of the things that we'll be doing and our vision to really continue and commit ourselves to the task at hand.